Revised module 32. Those who've got old modules, you should open the soft copy of the module on page number 32. So everybody has got the page?
Yes.
Alright. So what I want you to do is, as soon as you start reading, you should record the time. Okay, then at the end also you should record the time and then tell me how much time did you take to read this passage. You should read this passage called Where Does Chocolate Come From? That's a passage. You should read it as fast as you can. Whoever reads within 1 minute, or the fastest reader will be given some prizes. All right. Let's see how many of you are able to read in 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Start. Please start. Yes.
Chocolate
Start and record the
starts
time.
with cocoa tree, also called cocoa trees. Cocoa trees grow in a warm climate like Central and South America, Africa, or parts of Asia. This tree produces a seed pod and cocoa beans or the seeds inside the pod. Cocoa beans eventually become chocolate. At the chocolate factory, the beans are cleaned and then they are roasted for up to 2 hours in a large roasting drum. The cocoa beans tumble in these drums like clothes in a clothes dryer. As they dry, the beans turn to a rich brown color. After roasting, the shell of the cocoa bean is removed and the inside of the cocoa beans are then ground by heavy steel plates. The grinding process forms a chocolate liquid. When chocolate liquid is molded and cooled, the product is called unsweetened or bitter chocolate. Sometimes chocolate liquid is made into dry cocoa powder when cocoa is made. Oil from the cocoa bean is pressed out and is known as chocolate butter. Add sugar, cocoa butter and vanilla flavoring to unsweetened chocolate and you have a chocolate candy if you also add milk. The product is milk chocolate. Next, the milk chocolate mixture goes through heating and cooling cycles before being molded. Finally, it is molded into milk chocolate candy bar or it is made into 10-pound blocks of chocolate that are sold to other candy bar manufacturers.
Finished? Yeah. Close the module. If you finished, close the module and record the time. How many of you finished? Yes. So what's the time you took? Time? huh? 1 minute? 26 seconds. 43. 1 minute 43.
1 hour 23 seconds.
1 minute 23 seconds.
1 minute.
5 minutes.
No, 1 minute
57 seconds.
1 minute 38 seconds.
38.
1 minute
22 seconds.
1 minute 8 seconds.
1 minute 8 seconds. I think she is the fastest reader, I think. 1 minute 8 seconds. Anybody who was able to read it?
1 minute 6
1 minute 6 seconds. Okay. Just 40 seconds. Come. Give him a big hand, very big hand. Yes, 40 seconds. Yes, come sir. You're going to garland you. Come. Yes, I think he's not only the fastest reader of the class, I think he's the world's fastest reader, I think. Yes. Okay, stand here. I'll give him a big hand. Now, I'm going to ask him some questions on the passage. Okay, wait. Yes. So, where are cocoa trees grown? Where are they grown?
South America.
Answer, yeah.
South America.
Is that right? Only South America? Okay, all right. Don't answer. Wait. What do these trees produce? Wait, don't answer. I'm testing his reading.
Cocoa nuts.
Coconuts.
Cocoa.
Okay, wait.
Beans.
What happens after the beans are roasted? What is done after roasting the beans? Wait.
We can make so many products. Sir.
No. All right. What is added to the unsweetened chocolate? What is added to the unsweetened chocolate?
Sugar. Something.
Sugar and something. Something. All right. Doesn't matter. Okay. Good attempt. Yeah.
But I want to say something, sir.
Yes. Listen. Yeah. Listen.
Sir, I am not able to understand. I didn't comprehend that. But in my point of view,
Yeah.
my reading speed is nearly 600 word per minute.
Very good. Excellent.
Because I am just to learn how to enhance speed reading.
Reading speed. Very good. What's your name?
By line by line, and sometimes if the pair or sentence is familiar to us, we can skip.
Yeah. What's your name?
Shiv Prasad.
Shiv Prasad from?
Nagar Karnool, Telangana.
Very good, excellent, very good. I'm really glad.
There is no need to worry to understand all the words and to capture.
Correct. You're right. Very good. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to talk about all this. Yeah, you can take your seat.
Okay, sir.
No, it's okay. Then next time. Madam, you come. You take your seat, sir.
Sir, I can read a book within 5 minutes.
Within 5.
47 minutes.
Okay.
I can complete.
Okay. Good. Very good. Very good. That's yeah. How he will tell you later. Yes. Yes. You should. Yeah, madam is the second fastest reader. All right. So you should try to summarize the passage. Just present a summary. I saw reading the passage again. She was reading till this time. It's okay. Yeah, but tell the summary.
It's all about chocolate making and how they made chocolate. That is the main idea, I think. I am concentrating on reading as sources, but I don't have. I do not concentrate on the meaning extraction. Overall the theme is that I think the chocolate, when they make into a powder and molds, they keep it into molds, add sugar and some flavors to that. By the end we can get the chocolates.
So the point is, so why have we done this activity? Why? What is important in reading? Yes, right. Reading speed or reading comprehension? Reading comprehension. Alright, reading comprehension. You should have asked me, actually, before I asked you to read and record the time, you should have asked me, sir, how should we read? I saw many of you reading aloud. Is that reading? No. Yeah, I saw many of you, trying to complete the task. Okay, I want to become the fastest reader. Alright. So the goal is not to read it mechanically, alright, not to just read as much as possible, but read with understanding. It should be meaning based. Your focus should be more on the meaning. What does the passage try to convey? Okay, so that's what. Now, same passage, can you read a bit slowly? So read the same passage slowly. I'll ask a few questions. You should try to answer my questions. Not very slowly, but with an average speed. Read, you can underline the key points. I'm going to ask a few questions. Yeah. You don't have to count the time. Just read it. Same passage, yes.
The chocolate came and how they are roasting it, how they are preparing the products. We all know chocolates are different types, and the for example, brew, Nescafe, the names are different, but the product is from the chocolate. This cocos will get coffee, the seeds.
That is coffee seeds. Coffee seeds. You're talking about chocolates here,
Chocolates.
not coffee seeds.
Okay. Milky bar, dairy milk. For example, Milky bar and dairy milk.
Yeah.
When we are reading this para, we remember those ads. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. Next, please. One more. Present a short summary. Don't deviate. There is no need to talk about Nescafe. Yeah. All right. You're reminded. But what is given in the passage? Who will summarize? It's all about how chocolate is made. The process. You have to explain the process. Who will explain? Yes, please. No, he's very. Give chance to others, sir. Who is very quiet in the class? Who is very quiet? He's very active. Very active. Yes. Yes. Stand up. Summarize from there itself. Yeah.
This is about chocolate making process.
Yeah.
In South America and in some parts of Asia, their weather, like warm weather,
We should come here.
being grown from coca trees. Coca pods are being produced. In the coca pods, coca beans are there in the cells.
Yeah.
While coca pods are collecting and sent to the factory, there coca beans are roasted in a drum.
Yeah.
Like while we are washing our clothes in washing machine,
Yeah.
that like the
Yes.
beans are roasted.
Yeah.
then the beans roasted, it will turn into brown color. Then we extract the beans and we compress it. We get the oil. Without compressing, we make powder, and while grinding, we can get liquid, chocolate liquid.
Yeah.
That is in unsweetened form.
Very good.
So
Yes.
while we add the sugar or vanilla, like that flavors, it will be sweetened.
Yeah.
And with from that liquid, we can make choco bars or chocolates, like that products we get.
Good. Excellent. Give him a big hand. Very good, sir. Very good. So this is called reading with comprehension. Reading with comprehension. Very good. And read, understand, and do something. See, it's not just read and understand. Read, comma, understand, comma, then what? Read, understand, and comprehension is understanding. Read, comprehend, and what? Read, understand, and summarize. Read, understand, and summarize. Read, understand, and answer my questions. Read, understand, and do a role play. Read, understand, and narrate it as a story, for example. Alright? As an interesting story. Once I had been to a chocolate factory. So you're not summarizing, you're changing this into a story, into a narrative. This is descriptive, explanatory. You can convert it into a narrative, a story. I'd been to a chocolate factory once. Alright? Like that. So that is, these are all different ways of checking reading comprehension. So if students may not be able to summarize in English, is it okay if they tell the summary in their own languages? Yes or no? Yes, of course. So that is multilingual approach. The reading material is in English. They read in English, but they express their feelings, they summarize the passage in their languages, in their mother tongue. That is multilingualism. We should encourage them. Alright. Okay, so good. Can I ask the same questions to one of you? Who will answer those questions? Stand up. Same questions which I asked him. Mr. What's his name? Shiva Prasad. Yes. So same questions. I can ask you now. Anybody, stand up. Who will answer? Yeah. Where are cocoa trees grown? Part of Asia, right? Yes. South America, Africa, and parts of Asia. Right. What do these trees produce? Cocoa beans. Right. What happens after roasting the beans? What happens after roasting the beans? The shell of the cocoa beans is removed, and the inside of the cocoa beans are then ground. Okay, by heavy steel plates. Right. Good. Next, one more. What is added to the unsweetened chocolate? Yes. What is one? Sugar and cocoa, butter and vanilla flavoring. Okay, right. That's right. Good. Yes. What is done after getting milk chocolate? What happens after? Adding? It goes through heating and cooling cycles. Alright, before being molded. So that's about the process of making chocolates. Alright. Okay, let's discuss these things a little later. Now next, there is one more passage. Yeah, next page, one more passage. Volcanoes in Costa Rica. I want all of you to read this passage aloud. Read it aloud. Okay, just read it aloud. No need to enter the time and all, just read it aloud. Because you're reading individual words, word by word. Alright, takes more time. Okay, good. Now same process. One of you please stand up. Close the passage, close the module, close the passage. One of you stand up. I'll ask a few simple questions. Yes, stand up, sir. Yeah, you can stand up. Yes. Are you confident of answering my questions? Count Banega? Yes. So the questions. How can you go to Costa Rica? How can you reach Costa Rica? He'll answer. I'm testing his reading. How can you reach Costa Rica? Wait. Others, please keep quiet. Yes. By flight. Yeah, correct. Yes, okay, good. So true or false? You should say whether the statement is true or false. Costa Rica does not maintain a good relationship with the US. Oh my God. Your turn will come. Kaun banega crorepati. If he's not able to answer, then he can take your help. Audience. Okay. Right. Yes. So does Costa Rica have a good relationship with US or not? Yes, okay. Costa Rica is not a safe country. True or false?
It is not a safe country because
Costa Rica is not a safe country. True or false? False. It is a safe country. Alright, yes, next. Name one of the active volcanoes in the mountain of Costa Rica. Wait. Huh? What? Oh, Arenal volcano. Actually, yeah. If you just go to Google and type volcanoes in Costa Rica, you'll get beautiful images of volcanoes. Has anybody seen volcano? Anybody in real life? Huh? Only pictures or videos.
Just
on National
videos.
Geographic. Nobody has seen volcanoes. It's very common in foreign countries, right? So just go to Google and type. Maybe some of you can share the images in our group. Volcano image, how it looks like. Beautiful it is. Okay, right. Next. How tall is mountain volcano? 500. 5,500 inches. No? Huh? It's all right. That's all right. Okay. So listen. Sit. Please sit. So what do you understand from this exercise? What do you understand? Was he able to answer most of the questions? He was able to answer. He said, yeah. So was he able to answer, or will you be able to answer more? I'll ask a few more questions. How many of you can answer most of the questions correctly? Is it possible or not possible? Not possible. Why? Because you have read it only one time. But even if you read one time, if you read
loud.
yes. So when you read aloud, what happens? What is your concentration on? It is on pronunciation, word by word reading. You're trying to recognize individual words, associate words with how it is pronounced. That's right, punctuation marks. So your concentration is divided between pronunciation and comprehension. Right? So if that's it. Yeah, some disturbance also. When everybody reads aloud, there's a lot of disturbance. It looks like a fish market. Alright, lot of disturbance, right? And it takes time. So which has more advantages? Reading aloud or reading silently? Reading silently. So if your goal of reading is comprehension, what do you think you should do? You should read silently. Now read the passage silently. I'll ask a few more questions. Read it silently. Try to answer my questions and summary. One of you should present a summary. Read the same passage. Volcanoes in Costa Rica silently. Yeah? Okay. So is Costa Rica a safe country or not? Safe country. Why is it a safe country? Because in good relationship with US. US is a very powerful country, right? Yes. All right. How tall is 500 feet? Okay. All right. Yes. When was the entire west side of the mountain peak blown off? When was it blown off? The entire west side of the mountain. Right. Yes. All direct questions. All right. You'll find answers in the passage. How can you experience the volcano? How can you experience the volcano? By bus. How can you experience the volcano? How can you enjoy the beauty of volcanoes? By bus. Yeah, by staying in hotels, lodges, and by bus tours, by hiking or taking bicycle trips around the mountain. You can take bicycle trips, right? You will experience the beauty of volcanoes. Yes, right. And then what is lava? Yes, that's right. Yeah. Molten rock that forms beneath the surface of the earth. Oh, yes, lava. All right, good, very good. Were you able to read and understand? Yes. So, if students have to comprehend the passage, what do you think they should do? They should read silently. Now ask yourself, how many of your students can read silently, understand the passage, answer your questions, present a short summary in English or in their own languages? We are talking about which grade, which class? Class 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Should they be able to read silently or not? Is my first question. Should class 6 children be able to read silently or not? I mean, no is different. My question, should they be able to do it or not? They should be able to do. See, they cannot is a different matter. They should be or should not be? They should be. That is our goal.
Yes, yes.
Learning outcomes. Look at the learning outcomes. Class 5 learning outcomes say students should be able to read silently and independently.
Yes.
They should not depend on the teacher.
With comprehension.
They should be able to read silently with comprehension and independently.
Yes.
Right? Class 5, class 6 and children should be definitely able to, they must be able to read silently with comprehension. If you look at some good CBSE, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya Vidyalaya school children, what class children can read silently, independently? Good CBSE schools I'm saying. Very good CBSE.
Third, fourth.
What class children can read silently on their own?
Third.
Believe it or not, middle of third standard, middle of the academic year, end of third standard, most of the third children can read silently. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes, your own children maybe who are studying in CBSE, you will know. You give them a storybook at home, they'll go to a corner and read on their own. If you ask them to come and tell a story, they can tell the story. Same age group, I mean, third standard in government school, third standard CBSE school, same age group. But the difference is, they're able to do, these children are not able. So there is a huge learning gap. What is the reason?
We have lot of reasons, problems.
Many reasons, plenty of reasons. But now we are talking about 5th and 6th standard children. Forget 3rd standard. In 5th and 6th, should they be able to read silently or not?
Yes.
They should be. That should be your goal. You should set a standard for yourself. My teaching standard, or that's called learning standard. My children, in my school at least, 6th standard children should be able to read unseen passages on their own. You are setting a standard for yourself. Alright, they should be able to do. If they are not able to do, then maybe use different materials. Don't teach reading using only the textbook. Textbooks are at a much higher level. Use simple passages like Story Weaver. They're all grade level passages. Story Weaver, I said on the very first day, I think. Story Weaver website from Pratham NGO.
Yes.
STORY Story Weaver, WEAVER, Story Weaver. Maybe I'll show some materials one day. Right? Okay. So let's talk about reading aloud and reading. How many of you are in support of reading aloud? Reading aloud is more important than silent reading. Raise your hand. I think reading aloud is more. No. How many of you think reading aloud is more important than silent reading? More important. Why? Tell us why. Yes.
As I said, my students are...
Yeah.
It is made.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
sir. It's needed, sir.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to
Correct.
pronounce the words, nothing they know.
Yeah.
So while allowing to loud reading,
Yeah.
they at least learn from their peers.
Correct.
They can understand the pronunciation.
Correct.
I think after loud reading, we can allow them to read silently.
So when does it happen? The transition after reading aloud, they should be able to read silently. Correct, I agree. But that shift never happens. Even in 9th standard, they only read aloud. So when does that happen? Slowly, yes. So yes, so reading aloud. Why do you think it's very important? Yes.
Oh my God, it takes time.
Correct their mistakes in while they are reading. Mistakes in pronunciation. Okay, then somebody there raised hand. Reading aloud is important. Yes.
Reading aloud is very important in primary section.
Yeah.
Because the children don't know how to pronounce the correct spell for correct pronunciation.
Okay.
So the reading aloud is very important according to my point.
Yeah. More important than silent reading?
Yes, sir.
More important than silent. Okay. All right. Or it is a most important thing. Silent reading Yeah. Anyone else who supports?
First, second classes,
They will sit silently and they are not.
Okay.
Easily we can monitor.
Easily you can monitor. Good. Whether the child is reading or not. Okay, correct. Easily you can monitor. How many of you are in support of silent reading? No, they should be able to read silently also. Reading aloud is not the end goal. End goal is silent reading. Yes, tell us why. Why? Stand up, sir. Why? Yes. Last row. Yes, please. One by one. Yeah, you can read widely. That's called wide reading. You can read lots of materials. If you read everything aloud, your reading is limited. You can read only a few materials. Correct. Good. Reading aloud disturbs others. If you go to the library, can you read aloud? No. Librarian will send you out. All right. Okay. When you're waiting for a bus in the bus stop or for a train in the railway station, can you read aloud?
No.
You have a newspaper, you start reading aloud?
No.
Why not? You're saying reading aloud is important, no? Correct. How many of you read aloud when you're traveling in a bus? You're going to school, traveling bus, newspaper. So in real life, most of the reading is done silently. Reading aloud is only done in the classroom. So there is a huge gap between classroom reading and outside reading. Real life reading is always silent reading. Anywhere. Only in temples, churches, I think, they'll read the spiritual books, Holy Quran or Bible, they'll read aloud. Alright? Yeah. Otherwise, mantras we chant aloud. Alright? But otherwise, most of the reading is done silently. Yes, sir.
If the students are not able to read in the basic level,
Yeah.
so how can they read in the library or other?
Okay. Good question. Good question.
Think of the students.
Yes.
But we have to motivate them to read.
That's right. That's
Then we can shift them to the silent.
correct. So my question is, it's a good point. When does that shift happen is my question.
Yes.
Reading aloud to silent reading, when does it happen? It doesn't happen. See, my concern is, it never happens. They only read aloud. They only read aloud.
In the third or fifth level,
Yeah.
we make the students to read aloud.
Yes.
When they are familiar with the words,
Correct.
some of the words,
Correct. Good.
shift them to the
Very good. Anybody who is supporting silent reading? Yes, stand up, sir. Yeah. You can visualize. That's right. Correct. You can picturize. When you're reading silently, you can visualize. If you're reading a story, you can visualize the characters, the scenery. All right. Very good. Yes. Whereas silent reading, no, you cannot picturize. Right? Nothing comes to your mind. No images. Yes. Right. Very good point. Yes, please. Vocabulary, imagination. As he said, it develops your imagination, creativity, and vocabulary. All right. You can retain words that you read. Yes.
Silent reading develops critical thinking and creative thinking.
How? Give examples.
While we comprehending the text,
Yeah.
we can think different kind of thoughts
Yes.
in a creative way.
Correct. Very good. When you read silently, you sometimes don't agree with what the author says. No, this is not true. You agree, you disagree, you ask questions to yourself. How can it happen? All right. When you're reading this passage, for example, chocolate. Okay, you are relating it to dairy milk and then other products, right? So you are able to relate it to real life situations. You are able to ask questions to the author. All right. Costa Rica, how can you say it is a safe country? If I want to travel, how can I go? Plane, I don't have enough money to visit Costa Rica. You're imagining all this, right? So creativity, critical thinking, analyzing, questioning. Does it happen when you read aloud or when you read silently? Are these skills important or not? Read and analyze, read and question, read and relate it to, correlate it to real. Important or not? Very important, very important. So if you do only reading aloud, you're not developing all these skills, right? So let's look at the next page. There is one page about reading speed. There is a table in your 34. Reading aloud, speed. Poor reader, good reader. Please go through this table. What does a poor reader do? How does he read? Poor readers, do they read slowly or do they read with an average speed? What do you think? They read very slowly. Poor readers, struggling readers. So speed is given. Slow readers, Slow reading means slow reading is desirable when the material is difficult or when high comprehension is required. When do we read material slowly, carefully? Which type of materials do we read carefully?
When we are not aware of that matter.
Correct. Yeah. For example, some scientific materials. All right. What other materials do we read carefully, word by word? Sorry. Unseen passage. Okay. Unseen passage also you don't have to read very carefully. All right. Which material is read carefully?
In exam we also.
Huh? Technical materials, legal documents.
In the examination paper.
Yeah, if you're signing a legal document, your house deed or sale deed, right? Will you sign without reading it carefully? Your name, address, when was the contract made, all right? And then rule book, sometimes your appointment order. Will you simply receive it or will you read and sign, all right? Notices, if BO issues a notice, will you read or carefully or very carefully? All right, yes. So such materials, technical passages, legal documents, scientific material, they are read carefully, slowly, because every word is important, maybe. So if you're a poor reader, you'll be able to read 90 to 125 words per minute. All these are based on research studies. All right, with 80 to 90% comprehension. Same material, if you're a good reader, you can read 200 to 300 words per minute with same levels of comprehension. So you have to ask yourself, are you a poor reader or a good reader? If you're a good reader, even scientific passages, you should be able to read 200 words per minute. Now, sir said, I forgot Vijay Kumar. Shiv Prasad said he is able to read how many words? 600 words per minute. We are coming to that. See, fast reader, down. So slow, then average. Average reading is desirable for everyday reading of newspapers, magazines, and easier textbooks. Say textbooks, easier textbooks. Students have to read with an average speed. And what do we mean by average speed? If you're a good reader, you should be able to read 250 to 500 words per minute with 70% not full comprehension, 70% We don't expect 100% comprehension anytime, all right? 70% comprehension. If he's a struggling reader, maybe only 150 words, right? You can count actually, keeping a clock and then clock watch, and then you can record the time. And fast readers like Shiv Prasad, they can read 800 words per minute, not with 80-90% as he said, not with full comprehension, with 50% comprehension. So which type of materials are read fast? Generally in our everyday, which type of materials? Story, it depends on the purpose of reading. Newspaper, you just want to know the headlines, all right? You don't have time, early morning, you have to get ready for your school, but you want to know the headlines, what happened. So you quickly go through the newspaper, only headlines. What is that called? Skimming. That is skimming. And reading slowly or reading fast? Reading fast. You should be able to read 500, 600, and here it says, how many words per minute? 800 words per minute. So when he said, it is true. You can train yourself. Keep a stopwatch and train yourself. Try to increase your reading speed. That's what he said he's doing, increasing his reading speed. Important or not? Important. Very important. You can read more, right? Instead of reading one newspaper, maybe you can read two newspapers, one in Telugu and one in English, maybe. All right, at the same time. Correct, good. If you're interested, you can talk to him, find out the strategies, how to improve your reading speed. Students should also read more so poor readers, struggling readers, they are not able to skim and scan. See, skimming and, skimming, not scanning, only skimming, reading quickly to get an overall meaning. Poor readers cannot do it, only good readers can read fast. Right, next page, reading aloud and silent reading. So what is reading aloud? Reading word by word, alright? Speaking and pronouncing the words in print, reading aloud. Silent reading is done silently. When you read aloud, what happens? You read every word by word, but when you read silently, not every word is read as we read for comprehension. Do you think each and every word is important in lessons, in text? Every word is important? No, not at all, alright? Even when you read unseen passages in exams, every word is not important. Okay, so reading aloud, I agree it's important, but only if you want to develop their pronunciation and fluency. So as long as you know the objectives, it's fine. If you know that I'm doing reading aloud to improve their pronunciation, to develop their reading fluency, then it's okay. If you want to improve their reading comprehension, then you should ask them to read silently. Give them opportunity at least. Initially they will struggle, but slowly by practice they will learn. You should have a lot of patience, and you should know how to monitor when they are reading silently. Right? Monitoring is important. Okay, so if the goal is comprehension, you should give them small, interesting passages to read silently. Right? Yes or no? Agree or not? Yes. So your goal is teaching pronunciation or teaching comprehension? No, both. As many of you, both. You have to develop pronunciation, you have to develop reading fluency, you should also develop reading comprehension. So both are important. Reading aloud, silent reading. Right? And then, so useful. Reading aloud is useful as a classroom strategy if you want to correct their pronunciation, if you want to help them, how phonics. Phonics is nothing but reading aloud. How letters are associated with sounds. If that is your goal, reading aloud is fine. If the goal is to increase, make them independent readers, right? And to prepare students to become efficient readers. If you're preparing them for higher studies, higher classes, when they go to high school, my students should be able to read on their own. They should not depend on their teacher. If that is the goal, then you should do a lot of silent reading. Is it possible to do silent reading? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it should be possible. You should think of different strategies, right? Yeah. Okay, let's continue the discussion in the next class. Thank you.